I'm about to rage so hard. Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. The first official Pokemon games to be released outside of Japan. Before I actually get into the review, let's talk about the history of Pokemon that everyone should know about. Or that they should. But anyways, back in February of 1996, Japan got the release of Pokemon Red and Yellow, and only to them. Because it was nowhere active but Japan. But due to many glitches that occurred in these two games, a more updated one, back 7.5 months later, will be in the form of Pokemon Blue for Japan, which will be exclusive to subscribers of CoroCoro Comics, or however you pronounce it. And then 2 years later, Pokemon Yellow will be released in Japan. However, it wasn't until September 28th, 1998 that the English Pokemon Red and Blue were released. And then about a year later, Pokemon Yellow will be released in North America. So technically speaking on this, the English Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are the equivalent of the Japanese Pokemon Blue and Yellow. So, what about these games? Are they amazing? Well, you're about to find out. Pokemon Red and Blue begin your journey talking to Professor Oak, the professor down in the region you live in. You usually start off as a male trainer, usually Red, not Ash. Why do you pick your name as Ash anyways? And then you have your rival, in which he explains to you that he was a rival since you were a baby. But actually, he wasn't his rival until he actually receives his Pokemon like you do. So the main characters, Red and Blue, live in a town in Kanto known as Pallet Town, which is where Red was officially lived at. If you'll try to leave outside, Professor Oak will try to stop you and say, "Hey, wait, don't go out there. There are wild Pokemon in there. You could get hurt," even though you don't find any. It's unsafe where wild Pokemon live, and then he'll take you to his laboratory to get your Pokemon. No matter which Pokemon you receive, either a Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, your rival will always pick the type that is better than yours. So, like, say if you chose a Charmander, Blue would take Squirtle, or if you took Squirtle, the trainer Blue will take Bulbasaur, and then he wants to have a battle with you. Yeah. Then you defeat Blue easily and then collect all 8 badges from every gym leader in Kanto. And then go fight the Elite Four and Champion. I won't tell you who the champion is because that'd be spoiling it, but whatever. This is a 17-year-old game, so I'll tell you, it's your rival. Your rival's the champion. Now in Pokemon Yellow, it's a little different. Instead of you getting a Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur, Professor Oak will catch a Pikachu that decided to go to him, I don't know why, and then he'll catch that Pikachu and then give it to you, which is kind of nice. And then Blue gets an Eevee. An Eevee. What a weakling. Yeah, whatever. Let's move on to gameplay. If I were to go over the gameplay mechanics of Pokemon, we'd be here all day. So I'm just gonna try and cut it down for those of you who don't know how to play Pokemon, then you can be here. For the others, skip to the next time spot. So, it's basically a turn-based RPG where each player will take turns attacking or being a supporter. But hey, what are you gonna do? So yeah, so technically you're the person who can go first, and a Mew. And a one-shot. No way! So anyways, so you take turns until either one of you has no Pokemon and you're dead. So that's pretty much all the gameplay. Yeah. Now it's time to talk about the pros and the cons. Sadly, there aren't enough positives in this game, but I'll go through them just in case. Number 1, the soundtrack is actually kind of cool. I enjoy the majority of the music, including Pallet Town, the main theme, and especially the Champions theme, which is what you're listening to right now. Excuse me. Number 2, I'm having loads of nostalgia when I play this game. This is a nostalgia bomb blowing up in my brain, and I just get so excited every time. But I haven't gone back to it since last year, so... Moving on. Number 3, some of the glitches are actually pretty cool, such as Missing No, aka Missing Number. You'll learn that when I go to my tutorial of that sometime. Now it's time to talk about the negatives, and there's a lot here. Number 1, beside from Missing No, glitches are everywhere. You will see at least one glitch in your playthrough of Pokemon Red or Blue. In Yellow, not so much. Number 2, Team Rocket's just bland. Being the first villainous team you go up against in the Pokemon series, Team Rocket's goals are incredibly cliche and generic that it's just not funny. What is that exactly? You'll have to find out for yourself. Number 3, the Pokemon are just uncreative. Sure, there's 151 of these guys, but most of them look like animals. What? I understand that this is the first gen and are not going to have a lot of creative Pokemon ideas, but still, the only ones I find creative are Kabutops and Starmie. That's it. Number 4. There's balancing issues in the Pokemon types. I mean, seriously, Psychic types, weak to only Bug and Ghost, and most of the Bug and Ghost type moves are weak. So you have no hope when you have to go up against the champion when he has a Psychic type on his hands. Number 5. Kanto's just unmemorable. Sure, it's a good-sized region, but most of the places are unmemorable to me. Simple as that. Number 6. There's no way to beef up your Pokemon, except for the expensive vitamins, which are 9,000 Pokédollars. Aside from those, there is no way to raise your Pokemon's stats. None. Number 7. The special offense or defense are one stat. Are you kidding me? One freaking stat. That's so stupid. Thankfully, Generation 2 separated that as special offense and defense. And lastly, number 8, a lack of strategy. On your playthrough of Pokemon Red and Blue, you will never have a complex strategy for taking down the champion. All you do is attack. It's the same thing every time. I think it's about time to wrap this up. I think I better wrap this up before my rage starts to go up a notch. But overall, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow are just a mess. I mean, seriously. But don't get me wrong. If you love these games, then good. But don't try to get me to like them, because I already don't. But seriously, these games are a mess. Horrible game mechanics, uncreative Pokemon, and it's just a putrid taste in your mouth. The Pokemon Yellow is better. I actually kind of like that one. So, I'm giving Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow a 2 out of 5. A try for some, a pass for everyone else. Whew. Excuse me. That took a while to complete. But anyway, if you liked this video, please like, comment, and you can even subscribe to my channel, which helps out a lot. And also, if you want to talk to me about any questions or whatever, you can contact me via Skype or on Facebook. My username for Skype and for my Facebook page will be in the description below. And also, here are my 2 future videos I'm going to be making. There's going to be a countdown for my top 5 favorite 2D platformer games. That should be a fun one. And I'm even going to have a review for the 2nd generation of Pokemon, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Again, I don't know when they're going to be completed, but hope to see them soon. Alright, I'm going to get ready on that countdown and do that review after the countdown. Later, everyone.